So now let's try and apply some of these principles of good function design to try and improve this function. So we are going to try and write a better signature. By the way, the signature is this portion of the function. It includes the name of the function and it includes the parameters along with their types. And it also includes any return type information. Of course, in this signature, none of that information is given. Let's focus first on the name of the function and the name of the single parameter that we have. Here are some suggestions. Perhaps we should call this function not f but convert. That seems like a better name because this is converting something. But of course this name doesn't tell us what is being converted, from what to what. Similarly, the name capital C could be used as a slightly better name than lowercase c for the parameter, because Celsius is often written with capital C. But in general, just like with variables, we try to avoid capital letters as the names of our parameters. We could call our function C to F. That might help someone reading it say, oh, this probably converts centigrade to Fahrenheit. Again, we usually avoid uppercase letters. So while this is definitely a better function name than just F, we generally try to avoid such names. Temp suggests temperature for the name of the parameter. Unfortunately, temp is often also used by programmers to indicate temporary variables. As we have seen, when we want to swap two variables, we introduce a variable called temp. So temp is definitely better than just C, but perhaps temperature would have been even better. This last combination of choices is good, particularly when we use them together. Here we are suggesting that we should call our function to Fahrenheit, so it makes it very clear what is being produced, and then the data that is being given to this function is Celsius. So in combination, this will lead to a good function signature. It would be very obvious to somebody that this will take Celsius and convert that to Fahrenheit. Now, just to show you the difference a poor function name and parameter versus a good function name and parameter can make to the readability of your code, let's try and pass both the original function name and parameter and this suggestion to our generative AI. So here's a screenshot that I have taken where on line 1 I have said def f bracket c, and then after the colon, when I press enter, here is my blinking cursor, and after this my generative AI is suggesting the body of this function. My AI has no clue what this function is supposed to do. So it's just guessing here that, well, given some data C, maybe you want C+1. Now, that is clearly a very, very lucky guess if that's what I want, because there is no indication here that that's what the purpose of this function was. On the other hand, if I choose a better function name and a better argument, my generative AI has a much better chance of guessing what I have in mind, and in this case it just returns this value, which is much closer to what I really want. So you notice that while it is more effortful perhaps for us to choose a good function name and to choose a good parameter name, if we put in this effort, our AI can be much more helpful to us. And by the way, our code is better designed not just for AI but for other human beings who are surely going to read our code.